about the dreaded AI. Hello, welcome to Codes of Harmony. This is yet again just following instructions from my guides about, oh look, the internet's going to be weird. Okay, apparently so. No, this is not dubbed. I've been getting a message for a few weeks now. I've been getting downloads specifically about AI and the AI realm, which is interesting because I was thinking about how people in the quote-unquote spiritual community were aware of and have been aware of, at least people I'm connected to and myself, have been very aware of what we have referred to as the AI realm for a long time, but it seems only very recently in contemporary culture or whatever, people have started getting concerned and having a bigger conversation about AI, artificial intelligence, right? Why being glitchy? Okay. Okay, apparently it's going to be glitchy. Okay, so I've been getting downloads about AI and the way that everybody is panicking. Also, all of my dogs have decided they want to sleep right here next to me where I'm doing this, recording this video. So you'll hear the sound of them. I don't know why the universe wants me to be doing this, but apparently it does. Okay, so some of the downloads I've been getting is basically that people need to realize AI is not more powerful than the supreme nature of the soul, the spirit, the consciousness of a being. And I've been getting downloads about that I don't feel like I'm meant to share everything. I know I'm not at this time, but that basically there are, how do I say this without striking or triggering fear, which is funny because that's part of the intention of creating a very big, ominous mythology around artificial intelligence. And yeah, just the message that I'm meant to communicate is that artificial intelligence will never, has never been, and will never be as intelligent as the soul, as the spirit, as your soul, as your spirit. So while there are very genuine repercussions for things that go on in the AI realm, while those things are a real reality, there's a lot of interruption, there's a lot of interception in trying to get this message across, as you can see. The human soul and the human psyche is what created the AI realm. And we refer to it as a realm because what a lot of people didn't realize for a very long time is they were unknowingly putting energy into a space that we cognitively don't see as a reality. But then as you start to spiritually awaken more and more, you understand energy more. You understand the way energy works, and you understand that we are multidimensional. So in that way, part of the downloads I've been receiving is communicating around over a long period of time, human beings have created a dimension that is an energetic space that exists via artificial intelligence. Everything from your phone, listening to everything you say and targeting advertising to you, to the way that you log in and out of an app, to the way that a sensor on a door can sense somebody who walks up to the door of a building and then opens without having to open the door yourself. So I was like, you want me to communicate this? My guides are like, yes. I was like, do you want it to be a reading? My guides are like, yes. Again, here at Codes of Harmony, I definitely am not tailoring this work or this space in order to get likes, in order to get conventional approval, blah, blah, blah. That might be a message for you. So anyways, AI, you are more powerful. You always will be more powerful than AI, even though the threats of AI that are being openly discussed at the moment are a real thing. It is important that human beings understand that love and empathy and compassion and all the things that are core to the soul, to the spirit, are always going to be more powerful than AI. No matter how highly developed, no matter how powerful a program is. And part of these downloads I'm getting are to do with I receive. So a lot of my understanding has been expanded because I receive codes, because I receive light codes and sage messages, because I'm an oracle, because I'm a seer, whether I like it or not, right? And I have been for many, many lifetimes. Just moving energy, just protecting the space. I'm going to see what comes through, and I can't let this be too long because I'm going to do some beautiful acts of self-love as a dear friend of mine has brought me this cute spa afternoon for my B-day, my birthday. So it's interesting also that it's just recently been my birthday, and I'm a Leo, obviously, and that I'm getting these codes, very strong codes and downloads around artificial life, artificial intelligence, and the concern of giving or creating life that is artificial, that is a program. So anybody who receives light language, anybody who receives clairaudient messages, clairsentient, anyone who's a seer, a tarot reader, an oracle, a medium, you will understand what it feels like to be receiving things almost like you are a spiritual computer, almost like you are downloading and processing coding. So my understanding of that is basically that the AI realm has essentially replicated telepathy. That the AI realm has essentially, and this is a conversation that is going on in the spiritual realm, just moving all the energy that is trying to stop this message from getting through. So, the way that we gave artificial intelligence life was not about the scientists or the laboratories. The message I'm receiving, and what I'm beginning to understand more and more, is that it is the soul, the psyche, the psychic abilities that human beings have that has truly given life to AI, but not real life, right? That it is just a shadow world of us, that it is a something that was birthed out of an overload of information being pushed through artificial channels. And myself as a channel know that there will never ever be AI that is anywhere as supreme, unbreakable, unshakable as the soul, as the spirit, particularly of the power of the heart space, the power of the heart chakra, the divine knowledge that is within ourselves. The point being that you have nothing, you should not fear and question why you're being asked to fear AI so much, and why this is a public conversation that is happening. Anyways, if you're just joining or just waking up to this message and what you're listening to, this is Codes of Harmony. This is channeled messages. These are not my opinions. This is channeled codes and messages. I'm now going to be using the Deep, Dark and Dangerous Oracle, which you can find online, to get some messages around the AI realm, because that's what my guides are asking me to do. Okay. I've been getting lots and lots of downloads, most of which I'm not meant to share at this time, but this one I am. Please can appear in divine guides be most beneficial to everyone involved. Okay, I don't think I've got this card before. Number 27. And it, out of all of the oracle cards are either listed or categorized as dark or deep in this particular oracle deck. Number 27 is classified as dark, and it is Lemure, Lemure, and the word or the energy it comes with is loneliness. Just holding it up for you to have a look at the moment. So it feels like, so the first message I'm getting in is that loneliness is what is one of the entities, one of the elements that the AI realm feeds off and depends on. So it's like this shadow realm, this mirror world, which is a message that's been coming up a lot lately too. And one of the dark entities that it relies on is basically the shadow, the illusion of loneliness, which has been created through other dark forces in the 3D reality. I'm going to find the mirror, which is interesting because it makes me think of Lemuria, the Lemurian. The mirror. I'll hold it up for you to have a look at as I read this. You can be solitary without feeling lonely. Your true power comes from the inside out. Are your fears real? You cannot let unnamed fears interrupt your own peace of mind. You should be aware of your ancestors and the bloodlines that have created you. Wow, okay. So this is bringing in a message around, like I said, the illusion of loneliness, which is part of what the AI realm, the internet, particularly the way the internet is, the relationship that the human collective has with the internet at this time. One of the things that it operates, because it's essentially a capitalist colonial system that has to feed off something that creates and generates an unhealthy, uneven power imbalance that is a shadow and a mirror world of all of the imbalances in the 3D realm, of all the imbalances that humans, that ego, that the dark forces that exist both in the ethereal, in the ether, and in the 3D realm. There's this kind of whirlpool of a dark mirror reflection of that which exists within the AI realm, within the digital dimension. So understanding it as a dimension, another dimension, it's important and significant that we understand we created that dimension for lots of reasons. We created, you create the reflection in the mirror, regardless of what else is in the mirror, what else you can see in what's being reflected back to you. Within within whatever image you're looking at, there is a true reflection. There is a true mirror looking back at you. So understanding and being accountable for your own relationship with the idea of being a sovereign being, the idea of being an independent thinker, the idea of not following the crowd, the idea of not being palatable. Because the internet's kind of like, most of it I find really boring because it seems like a giant popularity contest. And I've never liked the reasons that people win those contests. So very interesting card to start with. The duality is solitary/lonely, fearsome and fearful. The ancient Romans, of course. So I've been thinking about the ancient Romans. It's been coming up a lot for me lately, particularly in relation to the volcano codes that I was channeling over the last year. Oh my God. The ancient Romans had a name for spirits that were lonely and wandering. Lemurs. These were not benevolent spirits because of the disrespect shown to their corpses. Burial rites had not been arranged, and it was said that the living had forgotten them, or the manner of their deaths meant that they could not go in peace and were restless. Okay, so as a medium, as somebody who at times has conversations with and can carry messages from the other side, I feel there are a lot of people on the other side who... Okay, so this is talking about a lot of heavy ways that people have left, and particularly about some of the things. I'm not going to describe them fully because I want this video to remain here on YouTube, but some of the horrible acts that have been live streamed, some of the horrible things that have been atrocities against humans from other humans that have been played out live on the internet. Some of these things have been in the news, some of these things linking to that are connected to death. Okay? They're mentioning that. And that there is a number of beings on the other side who were negatively affected by the AI realm and the AI dimension, they have something to say about that. And there's a lot of energy that's being built up on the other side because of some of the ways that people are engaging in that particular realm and dimension. The poet of Ovid described them as potentially vengeful. There were complex placating rites that every household knew to perform, called the Lemuria. They kept any lemurs at bay and kept them satisfied and benevolent towards the family. We know that lemurs, Lemures, were both fearsome and fearful. Many could be disturbed or easily scared away by a loud sound or by banging pots. They were often actually quite timid, but frightening, of course, to see. Like the unnamed and nebulous fears that our brains sometimes entertain. Once challenged or placated, these ghosts were not so fearful anymore. The most malevolent lemurs, I keep going to say Lemuria, were those who were seeking revenge or asking for someone to atone for a crime committed against them. If justice could be done in these cases, the lonely lemurs would be able to stop their wanderings and eventually seek the underworld. So this is talking, and the plant companion is fennel. The crystal companion is tourmalated quartz. So that's the quartz that has like black spikes in it inside, and pieces that have been trapped inside. So this is very much an energy of limbo, of being stuck in limbo, which is part of the intention of this mythology that's being built around AI, that it's somehow going to be more superior than human beings, that it's somehow going to erase that which is core to who we are. And that's not possible. The message I'm receiving is that is not possible, and that it is like, when you're, the image that's coming through is when you're in a dream and you realize it's a dream, when you're in a nightmare, like a bad dream, and you realize that it's a dream, and then instantly the scary monster or whatever place, people, situation is oppressing you, scaring you, harming you in that dream, suddenly becomes smaller and less powerful. Because you go, oh, this is just a dream. Oh, this is just an illusion or a projection or an astral test, as they say. Okay. Treasure dragon. Treasure dragon. Okay, beautiful. Number 4, deep. For treasure dragon, know what you treasure. Change is natural. Holding on to what is impossible long term. Protect what is important to you. Set proper boundaries, and trouble may avoid you. Be strategic. Think ahead. Be brave. You can actually triumph if you try. The duality is value, not of value, and hoarding / scarcity. So scarcity is one of the things that part of the download I received to do with AI, is that scarcity is one of the entities that AI, the shadow mirror world of the AI, depends on. So it depends on loneliness, scarcity, jealousy, competition, all of the low vibration frequencies. It depends on that. But the interesting counterbalance that I also got is that everything that AI is what we put into it. We essentially program, we essentially create. Even the highest, most powerful program or computer or coding that's ever been written was still written by a person, was still coded, was still created, even if it was coded by a machine that a person created. You know what I mean? So to remember that we are source, that we are part of source, that we are divine because we are animated with a spirit, with a soul, which can never happen in AI, which could never happen in any kind, within the digital realm. It's like everything is actually, the entire AI realm is a hologram, right? But the interesting counterbalance, the temperance to that is that what keeps that space even accessible to the human heart chakra is the beauty that people put in, is the ways that people use the internet and use artificial intelligence to create, to communicate, to salvage, that there's a reflection of the good that is also in us. But the AI realm doesn't depend. On those good things. But it depends on those good things for us to even be interested or engaging in it. Even the people that are engaging in a negative way and that are seeking the kind of toxic, dark mirror reflection that they are suffering with in their own soul, within their own spirit, within their 3D reality, their real, quote unquote, real life. Perhaps one of the most well-known creatures of the darkness across many world cultures is the dragon. From ancient Sumeria, Japan, China, Korea, right across to Egypt and the Middle East, across Europe, through the Bible and even Sufi poetry, all have dragon lore. L-O-R-E, not L-O-R-D, the original lore. While, law like code of honor, etc., while they may be described differently depending on where you are from, dragons almost always have a serpentine form, a large-tailed, scaly, and often live in places like caves, deep pools, or inside mountains. Asiatic and Middle Eastern dragons are the most like great serpents, sometimes with legs, sometimes without, and are often strategic and intelligent in their mythos. Chinese dragons are beautiful and are considered aligned with the element of rain and bringers of good fortune. The European dragon is most often winged, can breathe fire or spit venom, and has often been the target of heroes who kill them in order to win prize, overcome something, complete a given task, or recover or steal the dragon's hoarded treasure. Okay, so often being the target of heroes. So what makes a hero? Sometimes lies make a hero. Sometimes corruption and falsehood and low vibrations, even dark entities, people who are literally walking entities, can put people in positions of power at the top of the castle, at the top of the pile, winning the popularity contest that I spoke about before, which is one of the jealousy, greed, which of course is directly linked to insecurity, one's own true insecurity, and lacking within themselves. Jealousy being one of the things that the AI realm feeds off. So be conscious of that, be aware of that every time you're engaging with anything to do with this subject matter, and really seeing it as, the treasure is the true soul. is the unattainable, divine, ethereal nature of the human soul that cannot be replicated, that cannot be coded, that cannot be reproduced, but can be reflected back to us in a hologram, right? These downloads. I hope this is beneficial. That it's interesting to somebody here, right? For whatever reason. Hopefully this is beneficial. Thanks also to everybody who's clicked like, shared and subscribed to So there's also something here about an artificial, unnatural death, artificial, unnatural ending of a wild creature, of a something natural, of a beast that is ancient. So this could have to do with disconnecting from your own ancient culture, disconnecting from the ancient knowledge within your cells, within your bloodline, within your galactic DNA, within your soul path, within your they're showing me so many things right now. Using clean divine guidance is beneficial. That this, that why did they want to? Often there were actually problematic reasons for killing the dragon, particularly as they said in European and Western cultures, and that's very much linked to coins, which of course links into the Roman Empire, into pentacles, into an over being greedy and overindulgent in everything that is earth, everything that's the physical rather than that which feeds the mind, the soul, just everything about what feeds the body, what feeds the physical. And I hope these messages are helpful because it's feeling pretty aloof right now. It is part of the aspect of their mythos that is intriguing. Dragons can be seen as both gatekeepers and protectors of treasure. What is valued at the same time? So they can stop you from accessing information, or they can allow you to access information. Some people talk about there being being overstimulated by having too much access. Some people log out of life and kind of just view everything through online. Some people, many people, get a very disturbed, distortion, depiction within their own minds of the 3D reality that they're in, the 3D reality of others around them that they're connected to or trying to be connected to, of the situations, places that are in this reality, because they give in too much to the energetic pull of the AI realm, of the digital realm, which really is just we control it, and it's important that the human collective believe and remember that at this time. Because there are also ways that there's also important information that is stored and kept within that realm. So it is like a treasure box. It is like a keepsake as well. It can be also seen as almost like a time capsule. That image has been coming through a lot in meditation lately, that there's a lot of time capsules opening up for the collective at this time. I'm just going to wrap this up because the downloads are getting bigger and I'm being told to end this message very soon. In the Norse sagas, there is a wonderful story of a hero who makes his money by working out various ways to sneak past sleeping dragons. In the English saga, Beowulf, A slave steals a single cup from a dragon's hoard, and the dragon knows of it and begins to raise the city around it. Beowulf takes 12 warriors with him to slay the dragon, but when they see it, all but one runs. Beowulf battles the dragon, but his sword shatters and he is mortally injured. Both he and the dragon are dying. He tells the one warrior who stayed that he must bury the majority of the dragon's treasure, lest the cowardly soldiers come back to claim it. And he and the dragon die, both without the precious treasure. Both terrible and beautiful, dragon's magic is still strong today. So many films and games still mention dragons, and the motif appears on flags for sports teams and in popular culture everywhere. More likely now than ever, dragons are increasingly seen as benevolent, intelligent, and often wronged by humans. The plant companion is the orchid, and the crystal companion is emerald, or typically gold. Let us think on this. Don't forget that the supreme digital architecture is within your soul, within the soul of the living and the dead, obviously. If you've been living, if your life force is of organic nature, that is the true divinity. That is the coding that is of and always will be connected to source. Whew. Lots of love from Codes of Harmony.